Hello and welcome back to another painting video. Today we are going to be painting Hera Syndulla from the Make the Impossible Possible squad pack. So we're going to start with her skin with this Plague Bearer Flesh contrast paint. This is my wife's favorite character from all of Star Wars, and she wants to play Shatterpoint, so I'm painting up her characters for her. So no pressure for me to screw this up or anything. But yeah, it should be good. Should be a good experience for us here. So start with a nice coating on her face here. Just avoiding all those other areas like her flight cap, her little goggles, all that stuff. Just make sure we get it in her neck as well. Just avoiding that little chin strap right now, which it's a little weird because I don't remember her having a chin strap, but whatever. And then go to her tails, her likus. No, it's not Mario. We're gonna try to avoid the white on the flight cap as much as possible, because it's like a gray white color. So if we could leave it at what it is right now and we can wash it down, that's going to be the best option for us. So just get all these little guys. We have all of the rebels to be painting, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you're excited about it. Hopefully you like them. So, because it's going to be a couple of videos about them on this channel. So now once we do the skin base coat, we're going to move up to the next level, which would be probably the browns. So her boots, her gloves, this over jacket kind of thing, and the shoulder pads, and then some parts of the goggles. So for this, we're gonna use probably the Gorgonta fur. I don't know if it's dark enough, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. We can always darken it. It's not the end of the world. I am using a smaller brush. I'm using the 00 just for this whole thing because she is kind of petite, so just getting around all these spaces and stuff, trying not to hit other ones, is why we're using just a smaller brush. There's something in her hand. Yeah, it looks like there's a radio in her hand. I'm like, what is that? It's okay, we can paint that because we'll probably paint that just like with a metallic or something. Just being really careful around getting it all nice and coated. It doesn't look like this bracelet goes all the way around. It looks like it's just kind of sitting on the top there. I'm gonna put her in this little holder so that now there's a chance that this is a different color shirt, a tan instead of just white like the rest of it, but I'm pretty sure it's all just one color. Just from watching the show and stuff, but I'll have to double check on. I have the Black Series toy, or I don't have it, my wife has the Black Series toy that I'll go grab and check out to make sure that I'm doing the right spots. So get her shoulder pads. And then we're going to come in here and get this guy. You don't have to use contrast paints. You could use regular paints if you wanted to. Like, I would say probably like a leather brown for this part. Her skin, I don't know. I think the Plague Bearer Flesh is a good start for her skin tone. I don't really know like a contrast paint that would fit pretty well with that. I mean a non-contrast paint, sorry. We're just going around here, getting her little vest painted, trying to avoid the middles and everything like that. Avoid this collar. Being really careful. I guess I'm being more careful because it's not really for me, this is for my wife, so taking a little extra special care with it that maybe I wouldn't take with my own models. Just because I know how much this character means to her. And that's the thing too, like even if she wasn't going to play the game, right, like I think that something like this could make a good gift for someone. If maybe they don't like to play these games, but they like certain characters or whatever, you can go out of your way and paint them for your loved ones. Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna go grab that Black Series figure really quick. I'll be right back. I just want to double check some things. Okay, I looked at it. It is all one color, so it's not necessarily white, but I think we could probably brown wash it, and then it would be the color that we want it to be. So that was the only thing I really had a question on. Matching the color of the pants is going to be a little iffy, but we'll see. I think I have the Yandin yellow. It's like an orangish yellow paint. I think that one is going to be our closest match. I'm just trying to match it to the show. Again, like I always say, you don't have to. You could paint it whatever color you wanted. So you're not mandated to paint them a certain way, a certain color, anything like that. So we're just gonna get her little pouch right here. A little pouch on her overalls here. That is also brown. And then for the boots, get them all painted. There's like a little metal plate on the main part of on the top of the shoe that we're avoiding right now. And just get the meat of the foot. I think that's good for that one. And then for this one's got her holster on it. If you didn't know, that's what that is. That's her holster for her pistol on her leg, on her foot. The characters always have like names in Shatterpoint. It's like Hera Syndulla something. And I'm wondering if I haven't looked at it yet. It'll be the title of the video, but part of me wants it to be Hera Syndulla Space Mom, because that's what everyone calls her, is the Space Mom. Okay, there's all our browns. Oh, no, it's not. I almost forgot. Her ears. So for these guys, when I get these, and it's weird because it's like it's right here, and then there's a spot in the middle. We can go over that middle spot later though. It's probably better to do it like this. So just get all of that covered. Probably get the chin strap as well here. Just get it there. And then there's little parts here that are leather. So it's going to be the middle of that, and then like the bottom portion of the goggles. It's gonna look a little weird till we get all of it done. We're trying our best here. Just get those. Okay. Let's get that while we're here. Okay. And now we can switch to the pants. Those are gonna be this Yandin yellow. It's like a, it's not like a yellow like this Imperial Fist yellow. It's kind of an orangey yellow that I think is probably a better fit for Star Wars pants. I mean, it's not like the bright orange of like an X-Wing pilot kind of uniform, but we'll see here, like as we kind of put it on here. So we want to avoid the belt and the little straps on her leg, but these are all part of her pants right now. There's just this little strap right here that comes off the side here that we want to avoid for now. So let's just continue. Let's do the whole upper part first before we move down. You can see the contrast is doing its job. It's getting into those little recesses and making the contrast between the surfaces and all like the ruffles and stuff on her pants, which is what we're looking for here. So then we'll go to the top part here. Try to avoid hitting the brown as much as we can. A little spot underneath here that we also need to get. Just make sure we get that all the way around. You see we got the brown on that up there, but the back isn't as much of a big deal. So now we just get the rest of the pants here. There's that. We just got some on her gun that we have to do here for the final bit of the yellow. Like that. And then now we work on the little tunic kind of area, which I think is going to be this German camo beige. I think this is probably the right color to go with. It makes sense. A lot of uniform colors and stuff for Star Wars use a lot of old stuff from World War II and other things too, but you know, I think it's fair to make it this color, and then when we wash it, it'll kind of tweak it a little bit too. It'll also help us clean up those any little mistakes that we made with the brown when we were lining it initially, especially like around the glove and the shoulder here. Just want to thin the paint just a little bit. Just put a little drop of water on your brush and then run it through your paint, and that should be sufficient thinning just to help it flow onto the model better. And they left it white on the picture, but like looking at the model, I mean, maybe looking at the Black Series toy, it was all one color. And then even parts on the collar was this color as well. So then pardon my brush really quick while I get in here. Just get these little areas a little awkward. You always put the head on separate and paint it separately from the model, especially like this where the tails kind of get in the way. Might be beneficial to hold it for later. Okay. Now we can go to the metallic, which is going to be our gunmetal color here. That's going to be for the gun, the shoes, and then the parts of the goggles that aren't brown. So let's get the shoes here. And then the blaster. and like her the little comb that she has in her hands, as well as her little wrist bracer things that she has on as well. We have to get, while we're at this, the little comm, maybe it's the chopper, little chopper comm. Chopper, blow the ships up, commit the war crimes. Okay, now we gotta go to the goggles here. So it's gonna be like this little bit there. Probably the tops of these. We're just gonna get, so there's that separation. It's pretty hard to get in there because we'll get the little arm here. Okay. Now we're gonna go for a medium sea gray for the little things on her, the straps on her legs. It's kind of like a metallic-y gray, if you can get it, but we don't have a metallic-y gray, so we're just gonna use a regular gray here. Again, make sure your paint is nice and wet so it flows off your brush instead of like doing whatever it was doing there. We'll get the belt here. Oh, I forgot to get the belt straps with that yellow. We'll go back in and get them. Just too busy worried about hitting the belt that I didn't get the belt loops. Okay, so while we're here, we'll go back in with that yellow and just get those belt loops really quick, as well as like, you can see like there's some white spots on here still, so we'll grab those. We'll get these belt loops. I think that's good. Okay, and we'll clean up some of this beige as well. It's a little transparent there. Just wanna clean those up. Missed like this whole section here. Okay. Now we're gonna take this ghost gray and do the tattoos on her licus, tails, whatever you want to call them. She has some tattoos on there. They're like circles and all sorts of weird stuff. So they're kind of not really defined for you. So you're just gonna have to kind of wing it a bit, and they are gonna be kind of hard to see because that's kind of the point. There. Let's do like that. Just a couple. Little circles and little lines. Little like stretched out W's. That's good. I don't know if they'll read on the camera. Oh, you can see them. Now we can get some black. I'm using black gray just to fill in the lenses of the goggles. Nothing really special here. Just make sure it's nice and still so you can get that all filled. And then we're going to take some white and do the eyes. You can also do her lips too, because she does have like a lipstick on. Just get those eyes filled in. And let's take the lips here, put white on them for the contrast paint. Then we'll take our black to do the pupil and the eyebrows. So her eyebrows are on here, you can see them. Like that. Like that. We'll dot her eyes. Like that. Then for her lips, we'll get like this centaur skin color and probably mix like a little bit of scarlet into it just to make it a little bit more red. It's like a pinkish red lip. I think that's a good color. And then we can go in here. Like that. then special to my wife, when she cosplays Hera, she likes to have a little star on her cheek. So I'm gonna do like a little dot where the star would be on her cheek. Just kind of as a like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but I don't think that's gonna be a good thing. Let's take that off. It's not, I don't have a small enough hand, like steady enough hand to do that probably correctly. So let's just clean that up. And we'll take back the skin color. And then clean up this. Okay. And now we can do a little wash over some of the parts here with this black wash, this known oil. And that's going to be over the shirt here. It's going to dirty it up a little bit. Also, it's going to make those shadows and stuff for us. We're also going to do it on all the metallics, just to add that separation in there. Get her neck here. And you can hit the brown, it's fine. It's not gonna be the end of the world. It's actually probably better that we hit the brown because it'll darken it a little bit too, closer to the color it should be. So let's actually go for that there. And we'll get the whole hand here, get the blaster. Like that. Then we gotta get her neck here, and then this whole flight cap situation without getting her face is what we're trying to do here. So let's just take it easy. Around there. Okay, then we'll get the belt. Let's get the front here. We forgot to get this. It's gonna help darken that. Get the boots. Just to get all that back in line with each other. And we'll get these little, get the belt and then the little straps. Okay, so that's pretty much wraps her up. All we gotta do now is just clean up the base, which we use a different brush for because those ones are too nice. But since we primed it with white, and we don't really normally, we normally do slap chop method with my Star Wars models, but since these ones are for my wife and that the show is a little bit more, is way more cartoony and less realistic and grungy, I wanted to kind of emulate that in the paint, so that's why we didn't do the slap chop on this. Right now I'm darkening all the recesses because when we go over them with the paint, with a gray paint, it'll keep the darks in some of those recesses and just create some contrast on the base for us and keep it in line with all the rest of our bases. Because normally I just do like a black primer on my guys, so like these don't really matter as much. And then we get, just to take a big brush here, get our gray from earlier, and then just kind of bring it over the model here. It'll kind of blend with the black, create some gradients for us. Okay, and we'll just clean up the black inside here. You don't want that white to show. And then we'll take it out of the little clamp thingy and just paint the base rim with a black to frame everything all nice. And then you do run out of space a little bit here, like it's kind of tough at some points then, just to get this on there. You start to run out of things to hold on to. So I like to just touch the base, because if you run the paint on the base, it's not the end of the world, because it's just one color versus like what we did on the torso and everything on the body, because it's a lot more work to fix that than it would be just to fix this. But we can pick her up really quick like that. And then that is how we paint Hera Syndulla for, I was gonna say Marvel Crisis Protocol, for Star Wars Shatterpoint. I'm putting some blue tack here so I can just stick around here to show you guys. But as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.